Shalom, shalom. Before we start today's live camp, face the east, I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rikak Wadash, and them ourselves great millstone while lunch is true. And also to those who lack, that is scattered abroad. I like to say, shalom. And come back to you today with another live and powerful camp through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And the title of the live camp is The Day of Trouble is Near. So I like to say shalom to all our listen and learn. Hope this helped you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So we already know that the day of trouble is near. You know, the men of the Lord, they're constantly sighing and crying left and right. Also, we help people, you know what I'm saying? The Lord said he will what? Pour out his spirit on all flesh. People are constantly warning you all sorts of pending dangers that is coming more than ever. We already knowing that we are becoming upon this new year, which in fact it started in April, you know, not January. But anyway, we knowing we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. And also we knowing that, you know what I'm saying, they constantly preparing you for this, what, April the 8th eclipse, you know, telling you to get prepared, telling you to buy more food, water, you know what I'm saying, batteries, you know what I'm saying, also, you know, constantly, you know what I'm saying, know if it might be a possibility that the internet might go down, your communication, all sorts of things are constantly happening left and right, all around the world simultaneously. We already know what's going over there in between Russia and Ukraine. We know that those things are constantly going to pick up that second war has passed, but the third war come quickly. So we know that we're right upon these times. We know that things are constantly picking up left and right before our eyes. In the middle of the Lord, we're constantly saying and crying left and right. But one thing about it, we knowing that we're in the end time. We knowing that these prophecies are speaking right. We're seeing that they're speaking right now. We're seeing the Bible is lining up just like clockwork. In the middle of the Lord, they're standing on their watch and they're standing on fire for Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. We're in the highways and byways making them videos of Episcopal. Each and every day is a lesson is going out. So it would not be no excuse. And one thing about it, it's time to seek the Lord while he can be found through what? Through his mouthpiece, through the prophets. You know what I'm saying? Left and right, constantly sign the crowd. The one that you are scoffing and mock, the one you constantly are making fun of, you know, thinking it's a laughing matter. But one thing about things to get ready to be serious. And not about we're in a spiritual warfare right now. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, we knowing that, you know what I'm saying, that the devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath because he knowing that his time is short. What I mean by that, what? He knowing that his rulership is very short. He's seeing that his days is determined. And we're constantly warning you left and right. So a lot of things are coming down the pipeline. And already we're seeing that these migrants, all sorts of reports are coming out, you know, raping women's, breaking in people's houses. You know, they saying that also in Florida that these migrants that's coming from Haitian are these gang members that's coming into America, flooding America. You know, we already know that America will be invaded. And one thing about it, we already know that they have sleeper cells in place. And also we know that order of chaos is constantly working overtime. We're seeing it right before our eyes. So we already knowing that the stage is set. All things are ready. And one thing about it is that we constantly warn you left and right. But one thing about it, you know, whether you will believe or you don't believe really does not matter. The Lord is getting ready to perform his enterprise. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to destroy this place. In 1 hour, we constantly warn you left and right. It is here. It is at the door. Also, you know what I'm saying, we know we're coming upon the time that whereby, you know what I'm saying, won't be no internet. You know what I'm saying, you won't have any food. You know what I'm saying, no resource. Also, we know that what famine of the word is coming. So that what the prophets not going to be on the highways and byways too much longer. You know what I'm saying, through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. We know we coming upon what? Passover. You know, and a lot of things are getting ready to change. We know that a lot of prophecies are getting ready to line up. And one thing about it, we know that the Lord is accelerating time. We're seeing that we here, things are just happening one behind another. We're very excited, but we know that we're almost at the end of this thing. 2024 could be the year of our great deliverance. But one thing about it, we're going to measure the time diligently. But we know that it's going to happen. But one thing about it is we're not on the Lord's time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The Most High only the one that know when it's going to happen. And one thing about it, we knowing that it's not a matter of if it's when. You know what I'm saying? We knowing that it's going to happen because what the prophecies are speaking loud and clear. We We seeing that these men of the Lord are constantly what? Speaking the same thing all across the world. He said, this gospel shall be preached throughout the four corners of the earth, then shall the end come. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 14. We seeing it happening right before our throughout what the world wide web, the chief place of concord. So so wisdom and knowledge is what has increased. We see that we're here, man. Hey man, our day of deliverance are very close, man. Our salvation is at the door. These prophecies are constantly lining up just like clockwork. And also this morning I was watching the news and I see that the volcano has erupted in Ireland. All these things are constantly picking up, earthquakes, volcanic activity, also these strange weather patterns. Also in Texas, it had a hailstorm. That it was constantly destroy these cars on these car lots. So the Lord is visiting the earth that he created. In the middle of the Lord, we're constantly warning you, left and right. One thing about the door of repentance is closed. We constantly warn, we're at the end of all things. And we seeing that it's speaking right now. We seeing that, that they got, we read upon an economic collapse. We already know they already got this digital system in place, which in fact is this 5G blockchain system. And how everybody's going to be digital programmable, also implantable. In order to be a part of this new system that's coming in place, you're going to have to take it under the skin. Revelation chapter 13, we'll constantly warn you, left and right. These things are coming to pass. All these false prophets and all the one that gainsay, to get ready to be a thing of the past. And one thing about it, the truth is being declared. The Lord is shedding light on all this wickedness and all this deception and lies. It's coming to a full. All right, seek the Lord now. All right, seek the Lord. But one thing about it is that, we're here. A lot of our people right now still are not paying attention. Still are not aware, in thy security. Right now, a lot of people in their security, they're relaxing. They still are, thinking that, everything will be fine. Everything is going just the way it's supposed to go. That is far off what the prophets are talking about. I'll be dead and gone. But one thing about it is that, we seeing that it's happening right before our eyes. One thing about it, the Lord has gave a lot of people a strong delusion. We already know that 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die on this side because they were that same rebellious house that did not want to return to Yahweh. By Hashem Yahushua, as of the days of Noah, as of the days of Lot, as of the days of right now. Those same spirits are back here right now. The Lord's getting ready to judge this place. We constantly warn you left and right. The Lord is getting ready to destroy Babylon the Great, which in fact is America off the face of the earth. This place will have no inhabitant left here. And we constantly warn the people left and right. They love it here, but they're getting ready to die here. Great death and destruction is upon us, and we're constantly warning you left and right. We're already seeing that we've been having a lot of what you call communication disruption. That we seeing that that they're putting things in place. They telling you about that. They putting what you call the National Guards in place all across America in certain cities. They closing down the school. Telling you to get prepared. So the warning cry is going out. Even the devil know what time it is. See what I'm saying? Only the one that don't know what time it is he down with a rebellious 2/3. They constantly docile. He's still in that same mindset. They still, want to be a slave. They love their oppressor. And one thing about it, they're going to be destroyed right along with their oppressor. So we constantly warn you, left and right, it is here. The day of the Lord is fast approaching. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb on this other phone. But one thing about it, we knowing that we are very close to this time. We seeing that all the prophets is speaking loud and clear. We seeing the men of the Lord out here right now, constantly warn you left and right. And once again, we read upon what? The Passover. Also behind the Passover is a solar eclipse. We knowing that the Lord is getting ready to show his hand. The Lord's getting ready to do a mighty work. We seeing that the Lord is get ready to bring what? Mass judgment upon this earth. We're constantly warning you left and right. It is here. It is at the door. So we open up today's lesson. Also we know that World War III is constantly brewing. We're at the beginning of sorrow. We're seeing that, a lot of things are constantly happening left and right. Also, they putting laws in place, unrighteous decrees. I did a lesson on about in Louisiana that whereby you can be 18 and up. You can purchase a gun or a weapon. Without having a permit. Or even any training. So we already know this is going to be, sedition among men. That's what they want, that order out of chaos. They constantly bringing for all these different laws and shit. And who these laws are for? The so-called people of color, the Negroes, the Latino, the native Indians. I'm talking to you. That's leading into what? Jacob trouble. That's that day of trouble is near. That is Jacob trouble, the hour of temptation. It is fast approach. Everyone on the planet is getting ready to be tried. It's getting ready to be a global event. Ain't no one is going to escape the hands of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So now let's go here. Let's open up a couple of precepts. Let's open up here in First Peter chapter 4 and verse 17. We open up here. One moment. First Peter chapter 4 and verse 7. And it reads that, but the end of all things is at hand. But ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. So the end of all things are at hand. You know what? This temporal world. You know what I'm saying? We're at the end of an age. You know what I'm saying? An earth age. You know what I'm saying? Esau is the end of this earth age, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. That's why we got to be watching. We got to have what? A sober mind, constantly what? Meditating day and night in this great wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge should be what? The stability of the time. So we seeing that we're here. So, you know, we already knowing that the Lord's name will be a what? A stronghold in times of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we're here. We seeing it right before our eyes. So let's read this again. It said, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. So one thing about it is that we seeing that the end of all things are at hand. That's why these prophecies are constantly lining up just like clockwork. Rumors of war, earthquakes, and diverse places. We seeing what false prophets are rising left and right. Many people are being deceived. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord said the deceived and the deceiver is here, says the Lord. So one thing about it, you know, also the Lord is what is visiting the earth that he created. Increased violence. You know what I'm saying? The love of men is waxing colder and colder. And also we knowing that this devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath, because you knowing what? That his time is very short. It's the end of what? Of this temporal world. It's the end of this wicked kingdom as we know it. What? Esau kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Esau Edom. The devil that the Bible speaks of. It's the end of the what? The Gentile reign, the heathen reign. The Lord's getting ready to usher in the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. Amen. We're here. This is the end of the what? Temporal world. Not the entire world. The world, the earth will abide forever. So now, let's go here to Matthew chapter. Let's go here to Matthew chapter. I think it's 16. Matthew chapter 16. We'll start up at verse 2. And it reads, say, he answered and said unto them, said, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. Verse 3, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and luring. Say, O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? So right now, you know what I'm saying, the signs of the times are here. The prophecies, they're speaking loud and clear. We seeing that everything is lining up just like clockwork, just like Matthew chapter 24, Luke chapter 21, also Mark chapter 13 is telling you know what I'm saying, what to look for. So we seeing that we're here. You know, the Bible is speaking right now. And also a lot of people right now, you know, they're not aware, they're not considering the signs of the time. You know, they keep saying that, hey man, this is not going to happen. America will not be invaded. America will not be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? This is not, that grain of rice is not the mark of the beast. All sorts of what? Incredulity. Like what the Lord said, let not the incredulity trouble thee, because you already know that we have a rebellious side. Always was in Israel was the unbeliever and the believer. So one thing about it is coming down to the wire. Everyone is standing in their line. So a lot of people right now not seeing the signs of the time, because what? They're very rebellious. They're very wicked. You know what I'm saying? They're very, you know what I'm saying, docile, very delusional. And one thing about it, the Lord wants them to believe that lie. And one thing about it, they're getting ready to be totally destroyed. So the Lord is setting the trap. You know what I'm saying? He's getting everything prepared. And one thing about it, the indignation of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, it is fast approach. Let's read this again. Salakia. Matthew chapter 16 and verse 3 said, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, but for the sky is red and luring. O ye hypocrite, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the time? So the signs of the times are here. You know what I'm saying? At the end it shall speak and not lie. A lot of people right now not considering, you know, not watching. You know what I'm saying? Not even paying any sort of attention what's going on around the world. All they're thinking about being in the house of mirth, drinking and being merry. You know what I'm saying? Constantly playing games, but all the games about to be over. And a lot of people are walking in great pride. you know what I'm saying, constantly self-will, you know, covetous. And the Lord's getting ready to cut that off. You know, so the Lord said he would cease the arrogancy of the proud. Verse 4, it said, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonah. And he left them and departed. And one thing about it is this, you know what I'm saying? So this is a adulterous, sinful generation. Right now, we're in the last generation, right before what? The great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. You know, we have a lot of these unbelievers want you to show them something, want you to prove something to them. We don't have to prove a damn thing to you. All we got to do is present the evidence. All we're doing is reading out of the Bible what the Lord commanded us to do, to go out in the highways and byways, you know what I'm saying, and preach his word. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey man, make it, you know, hey, make it plain upon the table. And one thing about it, so only the sign of Jonah will be given to them. So we already know that Jonah was what? 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the whale, you know, so that our Lord and Savior was in the ground for 3 days and 3 nights. He rose on that third day. That's the only sign that will be given. And one thing about the Lord's getting ready to return on this third day as fast as approaching. What is that? The kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. So we already know that we're very close to this time, man. We are here. It is at the door. Let's go into Malachi chapter 4. Just random scriptures, and we see, and I like to say shalom to everyone on the comment board, shalom on the comment board, shalom to everyone on the comment board. You know, Aquas and Aqua, you know, shalom to your Brakathon. You know, so we're here. We seeing that the signs of the times are here. Hey man, it's no more divination. It's no more prolonging. It's no more long suffering. We seeing that the Lord is getting ready to execute. Seeing right now, you know, in the end time, a lot of people go know perfectly that the end is here. We knowing that the end is here. A lot of people that's not in the truth, they knowing that the end is here. You know what I'm saying? Only our peoples, you know what I'm saying, that one that's constantly being rebellious, they still are talking about, oh, they laughing and talking. The Lord is setting them up. They're getting ready to be burned. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, we're very close. Let's go here. Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. And it reads, said, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as a oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, says the Lord of hosts, and that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. That's getting ready to happen. You know what I'm saying? This place is getting ready to burn like a oven. What is that? America, Babylon the Great. We're constantly warning you, left and right. There will be no inhabited left here. Also, Israel is going to be clean, dissolved also. You know, but that land is going to be what? Built back up. You know, that's going to be the kingdom of heaven. But one thing about this place, it will be no inhabited left here. This is going to be a total wasteland. And we're constantly warning you, left and right, that day of trouble is at hand. The Lord is getting ready to destroy this place off the face of the earth. For the constant verse of Zion, the Lord said, I will repay. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. So let's read this again. Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. And it reads, said, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as a oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, says the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. What will cause that? You know what I'm saying? These what IBCM missiles. You know what I'm saying? We already know what an IBCM missile will do. You know, neither a root or branch shall be left. You know what I'm saying? That's the indignation of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is, you know, his weapon of his indignation. And also the Lord's getting ready to come with what? That laser and chariot fire. We're constantly warning you, left and right, the day of trouble is at hand. Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation. We constantly, you know, sounding like a broken record. But these are the times that we're living in. The end is being manifested right before our eyes. So now, let's go here to 2 Peter chapter 3. 2 Peter chapter 3. 2 Peter chapter 3. We'll start up at around a verse. 2 Peter chapter 3, and we'll start up at verse 9. 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 9. And it reads, said, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long-suffering to uswards, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. So one thing about it, it's time to, you know, examine yourself. We seeing that these prophecies are not prolonging anymore. You know what I'm saying? They not putting off right now. We seeing that things are constantly picking up. It's time to examine yourself, to get your house in order. You know what I'm saying? Put off the mortal thought. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, constantly, pray without ceasing, because the Lord's getting ready to bring a time of trouble that we've never seen before. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, the Lord is not slack concerning our promise, which in fact is that as it is written, it shall come to pass. So the Lord is faithful and true. So the Lord's bringing it forth left and right before our eyes. We seeing it. And a lot of people still are what? In unbelief. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it, we're not even worried about that. Whether you were here or whether you will forbear. 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10 said, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the element shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works thereof therein shall be burnt up. And out about in this heaven, in this earth age is getting ready to pass away, this temporary, you know what I'm saying? This rulership, Esau is the end of this earth age, and Jacob is the beginning of it that fought. What is that great noise? You know what I'm saying? World War III, these IBCM missiles are pelting, around the world. It's going to be hitting certain locations around the world, wherever the Lord want to send them. You know what I'm saying? This place is getting ready to be burned with fire. We're constantly warning you. We're at the end of this thing. And one thing about it is time to seek the Lord while he can be found. The elements. That means everything that you know and see all around you is getting ready to be totally destroyed. This place is getting ready to be clean dissolved. We go over this left and right. A lot of people, thinking that, hey, this is not going to happen. You have a strong delusion. And also, America is what? The lake of fire. The second death. We constantly warn. If you are left here, you're going to be in that lake of fire. You know what I'm saying? They shall know it, death by pain. Verse 11 said, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what matter of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? So what matter of person you ought to be? Seeing these things are coming to pass. We seeing that the prophecies are speaking. We seeing that the prophets out in the highways and byways. We seeing that these prophecies are lining up like clockwork. We seeing that, rumors of wars are all over the place. Earthquakes and different signs of the time. We seeing that blood moon. We seeing that these eclipse, and also this eclipse that's coming on April the 8th. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's getting ready to do a mighty with weather. Nothing go down April the 8th, but we knowing that these things are getting ready to happen. We don't deal with dates. We deal with the word of Yahweh by Hashem. Also, we deal with what prophecy. We know that these prophecies are going to come to pass. Seeing what matter of person that you ought to be. You know what I'm saying? Knowing what the will of the Lord is. Redeeming the time wisely. You know what I'm saying? His evil is constantly growing all around us. Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? And who would be the most in trouble? It's the Negro, the Latino, the Native Indians. I'm talking you're the Lord's people, whether you believe it or not. A lot of people, I'm not no Hebrew Israelite. I'm black. I'm an African American. You know what I'm saying? I'm Puerto Rican. Well, you getting ready to find out. You know what I'm saying? Verse 12, it said, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So hey, those are IBCM missiles. We constantly warn you left and right. A lot of people saying that the Lord loved everyone. Everyone could be saved, but this ain't what this saying. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's getting ready. You know what I'm saying? These heavens are going to be on fire. What heaven? You know what I'm saying? This rulership is getting ready to be on fire. You know what I'm saying? Left and right. We're at the end of this thing, and we're constantly rejoicing. And one thing about it is we're seeing that great destruction is right before us. It could be a nuclear exchange at any given time. We're already seeing that Russia is constantly warning what NATO and the EU and also what America, you know what I'm saying, constantly getting close to their border. So we know that we're getting closer and closer to this great time of trouble that we have never seen before. We are constantly warning you left and right. And a lot of our people right now, they still are docile. They still are saying that they don't know what the hell they're talking about. But one thing about it, we know that these heathen nations, they're beginning to see that, hey, these men are on point. They know exactly what they're talking about. It's just only our people right now, the one that hate Yahweh by Hashem Al-Shai, and they hated the prophet back then. So they showing their true color. So that ancient hatred is coming back. But the Lord, through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Al-Shai, the Lord's going to lift up that standard. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's getting ready to show his power with great glory and great power. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things are getting ready to happen beyond our comprehension. All we got to do is what? Constantly trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Verse 13 said, nevertheless, we according to the promise look for a new heaven, a new rulership, and a new earth, a replenish of the kingdom of heaven, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Let's read this again. 2 Peter chapter 3, and who is hastening the great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua? That is the elect, the true believers of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, the one that's not what? Keeping not silent. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't chatting this place down. DTA, a Bob, a ball. You know what I'm saying? We ready for this place be totally destroyed. This nightmare. You know what I'm saying? They always had their foots on our necks. But one thing about it, hey man, we're here. It is at the door. Woo! It's at the door. We cannot wait. Let's read this again. It said, nevertheless, we according to the promise, look for the new heavens and the new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Verse 14 said, wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace without spot or blameless. That's talking about what the elect. So one thing about it, you know, we're going to constantly do the will of the Lord, the best of our ability. You know what I'm saying? We constantly what? We're rehearsing the righteous act right now. You know what I'm saying? We already know we under grace. We under that transition of period. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, the Lord shed his precious blood. And one thing about it, the Lord is the mediator for us. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is getting ready to fight for us. All we got to do is endure. The Lord said the same that endure, the same shall be saved. Amen. We are here. The kingdom of heaven is fast approaching. Our salvation is at the door, man. Whoo, we're here. You know, Shalom to everyone on the coming, boy. Boy, that sun always got bright. That's the Lord, though. And one thing about it, we are here, man. Man, I'm telling you, man, I'm very excited. Man, one thing about it, you know, even though we seen all the atrocities, we seeing all the innocent blood that we shed, the robbing, stealing, and killing, you know, the hanging, you know what I'm saying, the butt breaking, you know what I'm saying, throwing out our children to alligators, all sorts of atrocities. The Lord's getting ready to repay them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Since thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. So one thing about it, you know what I'm saying? The great day of the Lord is fast approaching. And one thing about it, we cannot wait. Woo! We cannot wait. The kingdom of heaven, it is fast approaching. And let's go here. Let's go here to Romans, just rolling in the spirit right now. Everything is coming out of the spirit right now. Straight to the point, listen. And one thing about it is that, hey, man, we know that the famine of the word is first fast approach. We already know what went over in what Canada, you know, where they were talking about, you know, people that's in a gathering, teaching the Bible in public, they're getting ready to cut that out. We already know that what persecution of the saints is what fast approaching. We seeing it, man. It's right there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, huh? What? You getting ready to find out what this is all about. Don't worry about it. Ignorance will not be excused. Ignorant only mean that, you know what I'm saying, you don't have the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You're not knowing. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it, you getting ready to find out. The Lord is getting ready to show you. You getting ready to what? To feel the fire very soon. That's that second there, the lake of fire. A lot of people got to be purged. And the only way they're going to be purged is through this fire, because they're what? Their ass is gone. They are spiritually dead. They're in the congregation of the dead. They don't believe. They constantly scoffing and mock. They thinking that this is a game. They think the Lord is make-believe. The Lord have, you know what I'm saying, have power beyond our comprehension. And one thing about all we got to do is believe. Read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is dealing with you. You know what I'm saying? He will activate you. The Lord is the door. Who is that? Yahushua Mashiach. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Lord is what? The truth, way, in the what? In the life. And one thing about it, that's the only way you're going to get this truth, through him. And one thing about it is that we're here. Let's go here to Romans. Yeah, let's go here to Romans chapter 13. Romans chapter 13. Romans chapter 13. Let's go here. Romans chapter 13. We'll start up at verse 11. He said, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe. So one thing about it, it's high time to wake out of sleep. And we seeing that, hey, we're getting closer and closer to that perfect day. You know what I'm saying? The great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. And also the Lord is getting ready to what? To come deliver us with great glory and great power. We're here. It is at the door. And we constantly warn you, left and right. It is here. You know what I'm saying? The stage is set. All things are ready. And out about it, you know, it's a high time to wake out of sleep. And who is still asleep? The two-thirds, that rebellious house. While you are sleeping, the devil is constantly getting busy. Verse 12, it said, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. And one thing, what is that armor of light? This wisdom, this not this knowledge, this what? This gospel. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, you gotta have this light in you. That's the only way you gonna make it out of here. You gotta have that your garment on. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, you cannot be found naked in that time. Because one thing about it, when the Lord bring it, it will be no more talk. The Lord is gonna destroy everyone that don't have this light in them, this wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding. So what the night is far spent, the day is at hand. What is that day? You know what? The day of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? The day of recompense and judgment. Also, you know what I'm saying? That spiritual power, immortality, power over the nation. That's what we're longing for each and every day, to get back in our first estate. This place is polluted. The Lord already told you, come out of here, my people. You know what I'm saying? Come out of that mindset. You know what I'm saying? So we ready to get delivered, get beamed up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, those chairs, what they ignorant call what? UFOs. You know what I'm saying? Verse 13 said, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in clamoring and wantonness, not in strife and envy. So you know what? One thing about it, you got to examine yourself. You know, making sure that, you know what I'm saying, that this calling, making sure your calling and election is sure. You know what I'm saying? Be dead sure. Be focused. You know what I'm saying? Constantly keep your eyes on the prize, which in fact is the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. And one thing about it, that, you know what I'm saying, the Lord said, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and everything else will be given unto you. So one thing about it, don't worry about what you lost on this side. Don't worry about what's going on all the world. Constantly do the will of the Lord. The Lord said he would give you 100-fold when he returns. So hey man, we ain't losing a damn thing. All we gotta do is constantly do the will of the Lord. The Lord's gonna make it happen. Verse 14, Romans 13 and 14, he said, but put ye on the Lord Yahushua Hamashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. So one thing about it, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we got to put off these immortal thoughts. Also, you know what I'm saying? We got to be constantly operating in the spirit. We already know we still in this flesh. But one thing about it, you know, to be carnally minded, you know what I'm saying, is death. We got to be spiritually minded. You know what I'm saying? Constantly come back under that total congestion. We got to constantly believe. We got to have that what? Blind faith. You know what I'm saying? Amen. Faith is the substance of thing that is not seen, but what we hope for. Then we're going to get that in a minute. So we seeing that our salvation is at the door. We seeing that UFO sites are all across the world. The eyes of the Lord. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. So let's get this right quick. Let's go here to Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 1. Let's go here. Hebrews chapter 12. Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 1. Now, Hebrews chapter 11, Salaki. Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 1. It said, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, but the evidence of things not seen. So one thing about it, you got to have blind faith. He said, the Lord already said, the just shall live by faith and not by sight. So one thing about it, you know, we constantly, even though no one right now has not seen Yahushua or Mashiach, but we getting ready to see him. We believe that he's going to deliver us. We believe that the Lord is going to do exactly what he said he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? His word is faith and truth. That's why we got to have that hope, that faith. You know what I'm saying? Faith without works is dead. And out about how do you show your faith? By doing the work of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, standing out here, making yourself a living sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, that's the main ingredient. You got to have faith. You ain't got no faith. You're afraid. You're effeminate, worrying. You're doubting. You know what I'm saying? Lord is not dealing with none of that. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, you got to believe. And one thing about it, we knowing that the Lord is going to return. We knowing that the Lord is going to set up that righteous order. And also we knowing that the Lord is getting ready to return with great glory and great power. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is getting ready to bring our enemies very low. We seeing it happening right before our that transition of power is happening. Let's drop down to verse 6. And it reads, it said, Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6, it said, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Almighty must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Who is diligently seeking the Lord right now? Those are the true believers of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, the elect. You know what I'm saying? The house of David. So one thing about it, that, you know what I'm saying, the Lord is only coming back for that remnant. We seeing this left and right. We seeing that all these everything that's going on around the world. You know, we knowing that, you know what I'm saying, that things are getting ready to escalate. We knowing that we coming upon what? These perilous times are right before our eyes. We seeing it left and right. The Lord is getting ready to bring it, and we're constantly warning you left and right. Let's see how we run it. We running good. Yeah, but one thing about it that a lot of people are getting ready to be have a rude awakening. A lot of people right now, they still thinking that, hey, this is far off. They don't know what they're talking about. You know, then you got these people in the church talking about they waiting on the Lord. They are saved and filled with the Holy Ghost. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about, let's get this right quick. Let's go to Amos. You know what I'm saying? The woe to them that desire the day of the Lord. Most of these church people are desiring the days of the Lord. But one thing about it, you get ready to feel the fire. They don't even know it because you are worshiping a what? A idol, a false idol. You know what I'm saying? The false image of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. What is that? White man Jesus. You know what I'm saying? They cannot let this Jeebus cross go. They got it burnt in their brain. You know what I'm saying? And we constantly warn them left and right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Bible gives you a full description how the Lord look. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, though, you know what I'm saying? He's not the author of confusion. So no, let's go here to let's see where I want to go. One moment. Let's go here to I just said it a while ago. I lost my train of thought. Let's go here to let's go here to Ephesians chapter 6. We go here. It come back to me. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 11. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 11. It says here, it said, put on the whole armor of the Almighty, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Because what? The devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. And who is the physical, who is the devil that the Bible speaks of? The modern day so-called white man. The devil that the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? The modern day what? Caucasian people. But one thing about it, we seeing that his reign of terror is almost over. We seeing that he's putting all sorts of executive orders in place, you know, unrighteous decree, left and right. He constantly bringing this law into to play, bringing that law into play. But guess what? It's not going to mean a damn thing. The Lord is getting ready to bring him low. Verse 12, it said, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness in this world, say against spiritual wickedness in high places. And out about we already knowing that, you know what I'm saying, that spiritual wickedness in high places is what these global elites. And one thing about it, one that's constantly running this world straight into the ground. You know what I'm saying? He's destroying the air, destroying the resource, all sorts of things. All sorts of things. They done put out lies and deception. But the Lord's getting ready to shed light on. The Lord's constantly what? Making Esau bear and bear. We're in that spiritual warfare right now. But how we are fighting this devil with this what? With this word, with this wisdom, this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? This gospel shall be preached throughout the four corners of the earth. Then the end shall come. So this truth that has went into the what? The gates of the noble, what? The global elites. You know what I'm saying? Those red devils, you know what I'm saying? They knowing what time it is. And one thing about it is, hey, you know, we are very close. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's getting ready to bring it. Verse 13 said, wherefore, it said, take unto you the whole armor of the Almighty, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Verse 14 says, stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. And one thing about it, you know, hey man, put on the whole armor of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. It shall be what? A stronghold in times of trouble. When the enemy coming like a flood, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have that armor on. The Lord's gonna real protect it. You know, some of us will be martyrs. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, you know, some of us will be beheaded. We know that about these guillotines. We already know that they got these 15-minute sentences in place. But one thing about it, we're not ignorant of Satan's device. His was agenda, his plan, his plot, his scheme. You know what I'm saying? Order out of chaos, this NWO. You know what is getting ready to happen right before our eyes. And one thing about it, you seeing all these strange weather patterns, left and right. Things are happening at a fast pace, man. You know that we hear things are at the door, man. Times are getting ready to get very, very crucial. You know, let's go here to Psalms chapter 27. Psalm chapter 27. Let's start up here at let's start up at verse 1. And it reads that the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life, and whom shall I be afraid? Verse 2 said, when the wicked, even my enemies and my foe, came upon me to eat my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Verse 3 said, though and host shall encamp against me. My heart shall not fear, though war shall rise against me. In this will I be confident. So we seeing that, great multitude is kindled around us. We seeing that sleeper cells are in every place around America. We seeing that also in Chicago that migrant measles outbreak. You know what I'm saying? So we already know that pestilence is getting ready to come upon the land. Already knowing they are planning for another pandemic. And also we knowing that these hokey pokies are getting ready to come back into play. A lot of things are getting ready to come back into play by all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Abishai. So let me get a swig of water. Tongue getting dry. One moment, but we see that we're here. Salakia. And one thing about it is that, so a lot of people right now, they still are docile. They still are not believing. Let's start up back again at verse 2. It's at Psalm chapter 27 and verse 2. And it said, and the wicked, even my enemies and my foe, came upon me to eat my flesh, and they stumbled and fell. Verse 3 said, though an host shall encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war shall rise against me, this will I be confident. So one thing about it, we know that, we seeing that everything is coming together. We seeing that they got all these things in place. Once again, we seeing what's going on in Chicago. We seeing what's going on in New York. They already deployed the National Guard in New York. Also, we already know that they're coming across America. You know what I'm saying? These different major cities, saying that they're trying to help to keep the crime down. To keep you safe. But one thing about it, we already know it. Never trust thy enemy. We already know they put these things into place. We know that these lockdowns are getting ready to come to play. These mandates, a lot of these things get ready to happen. And also we know that Red Dawn event is getting ready to come to play. Civil war. You know what I'm saying? These things are coming upon us left and right. Sleeper cells are in place any given time. You know what I'm saying? So we know that April the 8th, they constantly talking about that could this be a distraction? We get ready to find out. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it, we're going to constantly measure the time diligently. We seeing that we're here. It is at the door. And whether you believe it or whether you are will for battle. So, hey, man, we are very close. So now, let's go here to Ezekiel chapter 7. Let's go here, that time of trouble. We coming upon that time. You know what I'm saying? Jacob's trouble is at the door. We get that in a little bit too. And one thing about it, we seeing all this strange weather pattern. So I know that it rained down almost 3 hours, I think, today. Off and on. I ain't know whether I'm going to be able to come out here. But I see it right now that the clouds are constantly building up. So, you know what I'm saying? Once I hit the hour mark, we'll probably shut it down if I make it. But I seen that the clouds are constantly, you know what I'm saying? We already know that harp and manipulating weather machine and Doppler. But this is all through the spirit and power of Yahweh. Ba'ashim Abishai. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. Let's go here. Before we go there, go to Matthews. We'll go here first to Amos chapter. I know where I wanted to go. I was saying, woe to them that desire the day of the Lord. It came back through. That's the spirit. Amos chapter 5, where a lot of people, they are these church people. They came right back to me. That's the Lord. The water, Yahweh Ba'ashim Abishai. Amos chapter 5, and woe to them that desire the day of the Lord. I think that's let's see what it said. I think it's Amos chapter 5. Yeah, Amos chapter 5 and 18. Let's read this right quick. So you have a lot of people say, I'm saved. I'm not worried about anything. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? The Lord got me. Yeah. You don't have any works. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, you know what I'm saying? You're getting ready to be totally destroyed. You know what I'm saying? You can't be only just a hearer of the word. You got to be a doer also. Constantly doing the will of the Lord. And how do you do that? You know what I'm saying? But work with what? With faith. Show forth your work by your what? Faith. It's plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but the Lord ain't dealing with nobody sitting on their ass, sitting on the sideline, going into what? In these haunted house, talking about, won't he do it? Everything will be all right. The Lord loved everyone. You know what I'm saying? Telling you all sorts of lie and deceit. And one thing about it, the Lord put his men out here in the elements. You know what I'm saying? Well, where everyone is at. You know what I'm saying? The Lord commanded us to go out what? In the highways and the byways. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are not doing it. And still calling themselves bishop do, apostle do, evangelist do, pastor do, pastor pork chop. Pastor Lowdown. They don't know a damn thing. They're constantly designing the day of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? All you have to do is, you know what I'm saying, tell the Lord whatever you have done, you can be gay or whatever. You tell the Lord to forgive you, He will forgive you, and you shall be saved. You believe that, you'll get ready to feel that fire very soon. And one thing about that, that's why you got to always do discernment. And one thing about the Lord is not dealing with you. You're going to be mixed up in all that foolishness. Amos chapter 5, in verse 18, it said, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. It said, to what end is it for you? It said, the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. So one thing about it, so when the Lord returned in the midst of World War III, the Lord he said, hey, I come not to bring peace, but a sword. You know what I'm saying? You think the Lord gonna come back and hug everyone, thinking the Lord gonna say everything is all right now, give you a pat on the head. I understand that you effed up, you was gay, you did all sorts of things, or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord, you know, He getting ready to judge you. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's going, hey, you know what I'm saying? Nothing going to go unturned when the Lord returns. You know what I'm saying? So we know that we're here. So the day when the day of the Lord is going to be dark, the Lord going to return in what? In the midst of World War III. And when you go to what? Joel chapter 2. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, the Lord is getting ready to return. Well, Joel chapter 3, Salah. And we knowing that we're here, you know, a day of darkness, a day of gloominess. When those IBCM missiles hit this earth, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be all sorts of radiation in the air, you know, all that ash and debris that's thrown up from all those IBCM missiles exploding all across the world. You know what I'm saying? Destroying everything in their sight. That fervent heat. You know what I'm saying? We constantly warn you. It said, verse 9 said, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, so all went into a house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. So it ain't gonna be no escaping the hands of Yahweh. The Lord is getting ready to bring it. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it is that, you know, we're constantly warning you left and right, but we seeing that things are constantly changing. We seeing that the vibration is changing. We seeing that the Lord is constantly making it plain upon table. At the end, it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, it shall surely come. It is at the door. Let's go here to Ezekiel. Then we'll go to the comment board. See how we running on time. We're running good. Let's go to Ezekiel. Let's go here to Ezekiel chapter 7, because this is where we at. So we already knowing that day of trouble is at hand. You know, so also we knowing that we are in this transitional period. You know what I'm saying? This digital society. You know what I'm saying? Gonna deal with your biometrics. You know what I'm saying? Gonna deal with AI, robotics. You know what I'm saying? You're already seeing that they constantly, it's constantly breaking the staff of the bread with the Lord. It's constantly breaking the staff of the bread, which in fact, your necessity, your way of life is getting ready to change. This place is getting ready to be a third world country overnight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people is not going to have resources, which in fact, what I mean by no financial, you know, no type of jobs. You know, your job is getting ready to be obsolete very soon. If you're not going to come up on that new system, a lot of our people are going to line up. You know what I'm saying? And take it, and you will be told it's fraud. That grain of rice is right before our eyes. A lot of people, what are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. I don't see it. It's coming very soon. You know what I'm saying? They already setting the stage. So we're going to manage the time diligently, April the 8th, because we seeing that they up to something. You know what I'm saying? They got military, this National Guard, but we already know that the UN troops are getting ready to come in. Russia and China, also these sleeper cells, also NATO and the EU, all these people. Hey man, it's getting ready to be a lawless time. We're going to get into some of them prophecies and we're going to close out. Let's go here. We're going to go to the comment board in a minute. And once again, you know what I'm saying, throw water for join me on the comment board. Let's go here. Ezekiel chapter 7 at verse, we'll start up at verse, one moment. Let's start up at verse 2. Ezekiel chapter 7 at verse 2. And it reads, also, thou son of man, thus said the Lord power, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, unto the land of Israel, a end. The end is come upon the four corners of the lands. It's coming. It has come. Verse 3 said, now is the end come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thy abomination. Verse 4 said, and my eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thy abomination shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. So the Lord's getting ready to bring it forth. The Lord's getting ready to bring forth his judgment. The Lord's getting ready to make it plain. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, he's getting ready to execute it. We're seeing it happening right before our eyes. It's not baloney. It's not long suffering anymore. The signs of the times are here. It's obvious. It is clear that we're living in the end time, real time. We're seeing it right now. Evil has come, our only evil. You know what I'm saying? A time of trouble that we have never seen before. Jacob's trouble, our temptation. It is here. It is fast approaching. You know, great death, great mourning, great sorrow, the beginning of sorrow. We are here, man. We're constantly warning. Verse 5, it said, thus said the Lord power, said, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. Verse 6 said, and an end is come. The end is come. It watches for thee. Behold, it is come. Verse 7, the morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. Said, the time is come, and the day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mouth. The day of trouble is near. We constantly warn you. It is here. Stage is set. All things are ready. We seeing right, left and right. Any given day, something could break out. A lot of people right now, you know, they're relaxing in their lead. We read upon a great economic collapse. We know that the end of the dollar is the end of America. We're seeing that, you know what I'm saying, people, we're seeing that the economy is constantly declining. We're seeing our infrastructure is constantly declining. We're seeing a lot of things are happening all around us. You know, so America is on the decline. This place is it's circling the drain. In the middle of the Lord, we constantly warn you, left and right, our end is come. The day of trouble is at hand. Jacob's trouble. Verse 9, it said, now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and I will recompense, talk about to repay thee for all thy abominations. Verse 9, it said, and my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways and thy abominations. It said that there are in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord that smit. Verse 10, it said, behold, the day, behold, it is come. The morning is gone forth, and the rod has blossomed. Pride has budded. So one thing about we seeing that pride is at an all-time high. You know what I'm saying? We seeing a lot of people are walking in great pride. You know what I'm saying? Do thy will, spirit, constantly doing all sorts of iniquity, all sorts of sin upon sin. You know what I'm saying? All sorts of violence in the land, all sorts of wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Lord's get ready to cleanse this place. Let's start back up at verse 10. Now start back up at verse 11. It said, violence is risen up unto a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs. Neither shall there be wailing of them. Verse 12, the time is come, that day draws near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for the wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Verse 13 said, for the seller shall not return to which is sold, so like, although they were yet alive, for the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. So one thing about it is that, you know what I'm saying, you know, a lot of people is getting ready to have a lot of stumbling blocks. A lot of people thinking that they have possession, still thinking that they're a good case because they are working right now. They still thinking that their family, you know, is still intact. You know, but, you know, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, all these things are getting ready to be taken away from you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people right now getting ready to find out the true power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, you know, you live luxuriously right here, like the so-called red devil. And one thing about it, the Lord's getting ready to take all your resources away from you. Your internet, no communication, you know what I'm saying? No power grid, no water, you know what I'm saying? No food, you know what I'm saying? Starvation is getting ready to set in. No cannibalism. You know, so a lot of people gonna be eating their young children, or gonna be eating one another. You know what I'm saying? These women's, you know what I'm saying? They're getting ready to be like a mire in the street. You know what I'm saying? So one thing about it, you know, the reign of Esau and the reign of Eve is at an end. You know what I'm saying? So Lord is getting ready to accept that righteous order. So we know that wickedness, you know, is constantly fulfilled the whole earth. This earth is polluted right now. The Lord's getting ready to cleanse this place and bring forth that righteous judgment upon this earth. Verse 14 said, they have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none goes to the battle, for my wrath is come wrath is upon all the multitude. So the Lord wrath is upon, you know what I'm saying, everyone. You know what I'm saying? Everyone is getting ready to be judged. The great day of the Lord is coming. This is what? Judgment day. So the Lord's getting ready to judge this place. You know what I'm saying? The recompense. All the atrocity, all the lies and deceits, getting ready to be what? Getting ready to cease. The Lord's getting ready to set up that righteous order. We constantly warning you left, right. Who have blown the trumpet? Those are the men of the Lord, you know, the prophet, the watchmen of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, the one that is standing on their watch and stand on fire for Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. Verse 15 said, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die, and with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. So we already knowing that, you know, we go into pestilence, go into what? Plagues. You know what I'm saying? We already talking about disease X. I already talking about these migrants are bringing in what? All sorts of what? Disease. You know, all sorts of sickness and illness. So we seeing what's happening in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? An outbreak. That's what they're calling it. So it could be a lockdown. It could be what? Checkpoint set up. You know what I'm saying? That's why they putting these putting everything in place. What? The National Guard. Can't you see what's happening? You still think that this is a game? We seeing that it's about to what? To get real. So you know what's that? But these the sword goes into what? Judgment. Also talk about what? Sedition among men. A lot of things are getting ready to happen. Death and destruction is right upon us. So we already knowing that, you know, they get ready to bring forth this digital society. You know, we knowing that sickness and pestilence are getting ready to come upon the land. And one thing about it, you know what I'm saying, the Lord told you not to what? To take it under the skin. If you do, you will be totally destroyed. And one thing about it, we constantly warn. So now, let's go here to the comment board. No, let's read a little bit more. Let's go ahead and drop down to verse 7. Then we'll go to the comment board. We'll get 2 more verses. We'll go to the comment board and we'll close out and see what we're looking at. Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 17 said, all hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. Jacob's trouble coming close to. You know, a lot of men gonna be crying and weeping, just like a woman, what, travailing, travailing with woman with child. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it's about to get real. They're gonna be like blind men. What is going on? What is happening? Oh, Jesus. Jesus would not save you in that time of trouble. You do not know the true names of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Mean that He exists. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, our Lord and Savior, our great deliverer, He saved, He delivers. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. You don't know those damn names. Know those names. Salaki, you will be totally destroyed. You know what I'm saying? We will be totally destroyed. Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 8, it said, they shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon their head. Coming upon this time, man, it's getting ready to get very, very bad before it get very, very good. That is the kingdom of heaven that dwells and right. We know that the evil is sown. We got to go through this last great tribulation period right before the what? The great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 19 say, they shall carry their silver in the street, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their soul, neither fill their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity. So, you know, we knowing that the dollar is getting ready to be obsolete. You know, we're seeing that the BRIC nation is rising. We knowing that the currency is getting ready to change. We knowing that this CBDC, which in fact this digital currency is getting ready to work hand in hand with biometric, with your digital IDs. Also what they're bringing to right. They want to what? Track and tag everyone on the planet. And one thing about it, your money will not save you in that time of trouble. You get ready to have a zero balance. And out everybody, they get ready to reset everything. But one thing about it, in for a rude awakening. The Lord is getting ready to reset everything very soon. So now, let's go here to the comment board. Let's go here to the comment board. Let's go here to the comment board. Let's see what we got on the comment board, and we'll close out. We get a few off the comment board, and we'll close out. Shalak in one moment. And we seeing that all these events that's happening, you know, like this strange weather pattern. We seeing that what happened, this volcano today that went off in Ireland. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is constantly visiting the earth that He created. We seeing right here in our own backyard. We seeing that increased violence. We seeing that these migrants are constantly committing all sorts of crimes and stuff, raping, you know, breaking in people's houses. You know what I'm saying? They want that sedition among men. They want this civil war. We seeing that we are very close to this time, man. We're here, man. Let's go here to the comment board and see who we have on the comment board. And once again, Shalom, tier 1 on the comment board. Shalom, tier 1 on the comment board. And we seeing that hey man, this time is fast approaching, man. We are here. It is at the door. You know what I'm saying? So, man, we are rejoicing. Let's start up at the top. Shalom to GMS Virgin Islands, Straight Gate. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom, Brakatha. Shalom to brother Lasham, Yahweh's children. Shalom to you, brother. Your faithful family. Shalom to you. Shalom to GMS Western North Carolina. Gabar Dummy. Shalom to you. Shalom to you, the Aqua. You know what I'm saying? Shalom to you, all you beautiful daughters of Zion. Shalom to you also. Gabar Nash 70 Yahushua 144. Shalom to you, brother, also. Great brother in the truth. You know what I'm saying? We constantly, we trying to get out of here. The brotherhood is coming together. So let's start off here with Gabar Nash, servant of Yahushua 144. Romans 12 and 17 through 18. It said recompense to no man evil for evil. Said provide things honest in the sight of all men. Verse 18 said, if it's be possible, as much as lives in you, live peacefully with all men. That's right. You know, one thing about it, you know what I'm saying, we got to try, walk according, you know what I'm saying, wisdom and knowledge should be the style build of time. We got to use wisdom in this time of trouble. You know what I'm saying? We got to constantly trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, we got to stay on the path of righteousness, each and every day through the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 19, Romans chapter 9, same brother, Romans chapter 9, Romans chapter 12 and verse 19, said, dearly beloved, said, avenge not yourself, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, says the Lord. That's right. The Lord is getting ready to repay. So we don't have to do anything. That's why the Lord said in Zephaniah chapter 3, around verse 9, he said, wait on me until I rise against the prey. The Lord is his determination is to what? To gather the nation for what? The controversy of Zion. That's what the Lord is doing right now. The Lord is doing a mighty work. So one thing about it is the Lord is not ignorant of Satan's device. The Lord is getting ready to repay. And no one gotten away with anything. The Lord, hey, whatever you done in your past life, you're getting ready to pay for it in this life. Let's get a quick precept and we'll come back to the comment board. Let's go here to, I think it's Numbers. So you know what he just said, the Lord's getting ready to repay. Let's get a quick precept of this through the spirit. Then we're going to get a couple more at the comment board and we're going to shut it down. Looking like the rain is coming, but we're going to keep pushing through the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Let's see. Let's go ahead and Numbers. I think it's in Numbers. I think it's Numbers. Lord, let me remember, Lord. Numbers chapter, is it 14 or is it 18? Numbers chapter 14 and 18, if I'm not mistaken, through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm telling you. The water Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Numbers chapter 14 and verse 18 said the Lord is long suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression. Transgression go into what? To sin. It said by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. So one thing about it, so you got to pay for what you had done in your past life. So one thing about it, we had to pay. So these other heathen nations, also Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of, he's getting ready to pay. You know what I'm saying? What was done to us is getting ready to be done to them. Boy, the Lord is a master chess player. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to that. Let's read that again. Gabar Nash, servant of Yahushua 144. Let's read Romans chapter 12 and verse 19. It said, dearly beloved, said, avenge not yourself, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. That's right. The Lord is getting ready to repay. Well, you know what I'm saying? The Lord's getting ready to bring forth what? Mass judgment upon this earth. We already know that we're upon the Passover. We already know that this eclipse is coming. A lot of things is happening. Already the Lord, we know that the elder great millstone, Tahar, said that, this is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. It seems like everything is lining up like clockwork. So rejoice ye heaven. Same brother, Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse I think 14. It said, the great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasten greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty men shall cry their billy. That's right. You know, Jacob's trouble, our temptation. Verse 15 said that the day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. One thing about it, when the Lord returned in the midst of World War III, that's why the Lord said, look to the east, to the brightness of my coming. The Lord's getting ready to show up with that great fathership, with great glory and great power. You know, so he's going to come as a what? A great what? Angelic force. And one thing about it, the Lord's going to set the record straight, the rightness on the wall. And one thing about a Negro man from the tribe of Judah. So when all these IBCM missiles, it's going to be hitting the earth. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord's going to come in the midst of all this fighting all across the world. The Lord's gonna lay everything down, even with the ground. When the Lord show up, he killing everything in sight. If you're in part of the elect, you getting laid down with the ground. But some, it's gonna be a remnant of some of the nation, and you know, that will be saved for slavery. We know that that's gonna happen also. So you know what I'm saying. But the Lord gonna kill everything that, you know, if you go over there and fight in World War III, you'll be totally destroyed. That's why the Lord said in what? I think it's Joel chapter 2 verse 21. I'm thinking, I'm not mistaken, that the Lord said he will remove the northern army far from their border. So we seeing that left and right. But man, the Bible is constantly lining up with, man, we rejoice. So we seeing that day of darkness, day of gloominess. Same brother, first Zephaniah chapter 1 and 16 said, a day of trumpets and alarm against the fenced city and against the high towers. Verse 17, it says here, it said, I will bring distress upon men, and they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as dung. That's right. What's getting ready to happen? We getting ready to see bodies laying out left and right. You know what I'm saying? So we know when the economic collapse coming. Also, we know that when these sleeper cells coming in, these UN troops coming in, it's gonna be a great disaster. It's gonna be great death and destruction coming upon us. They're gonna be like blind men. They're gonna be wondering what the hell is going on. A lot of people gonna have great sorrow, great desperation. People gonna be crying and weeping. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be great death and destruction. We cut some warning left and right. The beginning of sorrow. Same brother. Zephaniah chapter 1 and 18 said, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in a day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. That's right. The Lord's getting ready to come, set the record straight. And one thing about it, you know, a lot of people right now, you know, oh, I have money put back. I'm a doomsday prepper. You know, I have this, I have that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of that going to be a hill of bean when the Lord returns. It's not going to save you. And the Lord is not on your side, you're getting ready to die. We're constantly warning you left and right. It is here, it is at the door. So we knowing that the dollar is getting ready to be obsolete. End of the dollar is the end of America. That great economic collapse is fast approaching. We seeing that these elites are constantly buying off stocks. They're constantly closing down all sorts of stores across America. The latest one was Family Dollar and Dollar Tree. So they're gonna close to 1,000 stores. What are they getting prepared for? Also, we see already knowing about these bank closing. You know what I'm saying? Also, it's gonna call bank runs. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people gonna be on panic mode. You know, there's gonna be robbing, stealing, and killing. A lot of these things are getting ready to happen right before our eyes. Let's go here. Let's go here to Ken Parvis. Shalom to you, brother. It said, 2 Amos chapter 8 and verse 50, it said, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. That's right. Many great calamity, great catastrophe. So we constantly seeing it left and right. We seeing that, you know, violence is on the uprise. We seeing that the Lord is constantly bringing forth all sorts of strange weather pattern. We seeing that the volcano that erupted in an island. You know what I'm saying? We seeing earthquakes in diverse places. A lot of things that happen. Rumors of wars all over the place. Nation is divided. You know what I'm saying? Great misery is getting ready to fall on these people that are constantly walking in great pride. They're constantly being rebellious. And the Lord is getting ready to bring for a judgment that we have never seen before. Let's go with the same brother. You got Proverbs chapter 2, verse 10 through 11 said, for wisdom will come unto your heart or your mind, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will watch over you. Understanding will guard you. That's right. But it's beautiful right there. So one thing about that, you know, the Lord will be a stronghold in time of trouble. When you go to Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 10, the Lord's name will be a strong tower. This wisdom and this knowledge understand, and the righteous shall run into it. Who's running into it right now? The true believers of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Abishai, the house of David. Same brother, Isaiah chapter 62 and verse I think it said verse 6. It said I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, a day nor night. Ye that make mention of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, keep not silent. That's what we're doing right now. Who is making mention of the Lord's name? Who know the true names of the Heavenly Father? Those are the true believers of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, the prophets, the ones in the highways and byways, making these video epistles, you know what I'm saying? Constantly shedding light on all this wickedness and this darkness, you know what I'm saying? Evil shall be what? Quenched. Lies and deceits get ready to be what? Put out. Because what? The truth is being declared. Wisdom and knowledge shall be what? The stability of the time. Woo, we're here. Let's go here. Let's get another one from, let's get this one by Gabar Nash, servant of Yahweh 144. This dude is on fire right here. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3 said, for the vision is yet for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry. And one thing about what is that vision? What the prophecy, the signs of the time. We're seeing it happening right before our eyes. We're living in the end time, real time. Whether you were here or whether you were for bear, the Lord is making it plain upon table. And one thing about it is no prolonging, no longer. The Lord is getting ready to bring it forth. We cannot wait. Woo! The Lord is here. It's here. Let's go here to King Proverbs, Proverbs chapter 28, verse 9 said, he that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be abomination. That's right. Lord ain't gonna hear no prayer, no guy, a wicked ass, a Negro. You know what I'm saying? A wicked ass Latino, wicked ass a native Indian. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to the children, the biblical Israelite. You know what I'm saying? One thing about a lot of people, they thinking that, especially these church people, they thinking that the Lord is hearing their prayer, hearing their cry. The Lord ain't hearing none of that, because you're constantly being rebellious. You still under the same mindset. You still are believing in white man Jesus, a false idol. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said, have no idols before him. And one thing about it is that, you know what I'm saying? You're not seeking the Lord. You're getting ready to be what? Totally destroyed. And a lot of our people right now, they have a strong delusion. The Lord is letting them believe a lie so he can what? Destroy them. Man, I'm telling you, the Lord is a master chess player. Let's go here. See how we running on time. Okay, we get a few more, then we're going to shut it down. Voice getting dry. Let's see here. Let's go here to Gabar Nice, man. I'm telling you. Ooh, this comic board, I ain't got to read nothing. I just keep going over the comic board. Throw water, brothers. Man, throw water for these scriptures, man. They off the chain. King Proverbs, Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 20 said, thy son have fainted. They lie at the head and of the streets as a wild bull in a net. They are full of fury of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. They're brute of thy power. That's right. You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Same brother, Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 2 said, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the child, before the fierce anger of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua come upon you, before the day of Yahweh anger. You know what I'm saying? That's right. You know what I'm saying? You better get your mind right. You better let go of the mother thought before that day of the Lord come upon us. It is fast approaching. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, the day is far spent. The day is almost at hand. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it's almost midnight. The Lord's getting ready to bring forth this judgment. And also the great and glorious return of Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua. Our salvation is at the door. We seeing it left and right. We're getting closer and closer to that perfect day, man. We cannot wait. We're almost at the end of this thing. Woo, we cannot wait. Gabar Nash, and we're going to drop down a little bit more here. Gabar Nash, Obadiah 1 and 15, it said, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. You know what I'm saying? So one thing about it, what was done to us get ready to be done to them. You know, what happened back in slavery? You know what I'm saying? They had their foots on our neck. You know what I'm saying? They didn't show us no mercy. We're not going to show them any mercy. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to show up with great glory and great power. The Lord is getting ready to bring forth that judgment that the heathen had never seen before. We cannot wait. Verse Same brother, Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 16 said, For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, says, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Say, yea, that they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. So one thing about it, the Lord's getting ready to set the record straight. Everything is getting ready to go back into their proper orders. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, the rightful rulers is getting ready to come into rulership very soon. You know what I'm saying? It's getting ready to set us back in our first estate. So we getting ready, we seeing that happen before I, amen, seek the Bible now, we read the Bible now. You're a Hebrew Israelite now. Read the Bible now, you know what I'm saying? The Lord's name is Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? And Yahweh Shai, not white man Jesus. He got them earphones on. He ain't really listening. So, you try to tell our people, they docile, they gone. 2-point variants shall be cut off and die. We are not even worried about them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they gone right now. The Lord they got to feel that fire. But we got so many great scriptures here. Man, let's got to get a few more here. Let's drop down here. King Parvis, Amos chapter 5 and verse 13 says, therefore the prudent shall keep silent in that time, for it is a evil time. And verse 14, seek good and not evil, that ye may live. And so Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the power of hosts, shall be with you as ye have spoken. That's right. Lord will be with us in time of trouble. So we get ready to keep silent. Famine of the word and fast approach. We knowing that, that things are getting very perilous. We seeing that that evil time is fast approaching. We seeing that, these nations constantly bucking up. The heathens are raging right now. They imagine a vain thing to be the next superpower. But the next superpower, what is coming, is the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. So we already knowing that the evil is sown. We knowing that this tribulation period is getting ready to start. So this internet is getting ready to be down. Famine of the word is coming. No more teaching on the highways and byways. No more reading out these Bibles. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's getting ready, get ready to make it plain very soon. You know what I'm saying? He's getting ready to make it clear. Shalom to Tina Parrish. Shalom to you. Brakatha. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Let's get here, this right here. Raising the elect 144. See what he got here. It said Matthew 24 and verse 21 said, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world of this time, nor shall ever be. Let's see, let's see, we got another one here. But anyway, that's talking about what Jacob's trouble. So you know what I'm saying? So we know that it's gonna get very, very bad before it get very, very good. We knowing that Jacob's trouble is coming, but who shall be saved out of it? You know what I'm saying? The elect, the true believers of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? We know that we're at the beginning of sorrow. Things are getting ready to get very, very critical. Things are getting ready to escalate. Things are getting ready to come to the what? To the boiling point. We are very close. Let's see here, same brother, raising the elect, 144. It says, James 5 and 1 said, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your misery that shall come upon you. Mighty works, beloved brother. Okay, I salak you to you, the water for that, brother. But yeah, so go howl and weep, you rich man. Who is talking about? He's talking about what these global elites right now, they live very very fat off the hog. They had no want. You know what I'm saying? They had no troubles, no problem, because what the earth was giving into their hand for a short season. So they getting ready to go to from what? From riches to rags. We getting ready to go to what? Rags to riches through the spirit and the power of Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We're in that transition to power. So let's get this one more, then we'll get one more. I'll bring out one more, then we'll shut it down. Raising the elect 144 said, Proverbs 1 and 7 said, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fool despise wisdom and instruction. That's right. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of our people, they constantly despise the word. You know what I'm saying? When you go to Proverbs, 1, you know what I'm saying? Tell you, seek the Lord early while he can be found, while he is near, through what? Through the voice, through the mouthpiece, through the prophets. And one thing about that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of our people right now, they're in for a rude awakening. So a lot of things that we are saying right now is happening right before their eyes, even though they are still a docile. They're still sleeping. They still have their ears closed. But one thing about it, the Lord got them in that mindset right now. But they're getting ready to feel the fire very soon. So now, let's go to our last and final script. We'll close out. Let's go here to we'll close out here to let's go here to Luke chapter 21. Let's see where I want to close out at. Let's go here. No, let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 16, because this is where we at. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 16. We'll close out here. Second Ezra chapter 16, and we'll start up at verse, let's start up here. Let's start up at verse 17. It says here, Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 17 said, woe is me. Who would deliver me in those days? What days? Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, and woe go into what? Destruction. Who would deliver you? You know what I'm saying? The Lord's coming back for what? That 1/3 remnant, the house of David, the true believers of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. Verse 18 said, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. Said the beginning of evils, and what shall I do when the evil shall come? So we're at the beginning of sorrow, you know. And one thing about it, you already know that a lot of things are getting ready to come before the tribulation, you know what I'm saying, anguish, you know what I'm saying, persecution of the saints, famine of the world, you know, evils, you know, death and destruction is getting ready to come on a high level that you have never seen before. You know what I'm saying? What shall you do? Verse 19 said, behold, famine and plagues and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourging for a minute. So one thing about it, you know what I'm saying, man, the plague is sent for scourging for a minute. We're seeing they constantly what? Increasing. Things are constantly happening like a domino effect. We constantly seeing it left and right, trying to mend your way and come back under that total subjection to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. He's the only way, and he is the only answer. Verse 20 said, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. A lot of people not consider. A lot of people not believing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. Still are not mindful of all these scourges, all these plagues all around. The evils are growing. They still are seeing docile minds and what? In the house of mirth, and they get ready to be totally destroyed. Verse 21 said, behold, victuals shall be good and cheap upon the earth. They shall think themselves to be in a good case. Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So we seeing it right now. The sword goes into what? Judgment, and also death and destruction. And also we seeing that, you know what I'm saying, this famine is coming, you know what I'm saying? Famine of the world, also what? Food shortage, you know what I'm saying? The sown place is getting ready to become unsown. Confusion going in what? Disorder, you know, civil unrest, you know what I'm saying? Civil war, you know what I'm saying? Insurrection, sedition among men. All these things are getting ready to come upon us at a fast pace. We're seeing it right before our eyes. The stage is set. All things are ready. Verse 22, he said, for many of them that dwell in the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So one thing about it, you know, there's no escaping the hand of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. You get out of one calamity, you know what I'm saying? But one thing about the Lord is already got everybody lot. You know what I'm saying? So everyone is standing in their lot. You know, some people will make it all the way to the what? To the missile come. But the Lord wants them to what? To feel the fire. So let's drop down to verse, that's that second death. You know what I'm saying? Which in fact is Babylon the Great, the lake of fire. Let's drop down here to verse 30, let's drop down here to verse 33. Said, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegroom. The women shall mourn, having no husband. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. You know what I'm saying? That time is coming. It said, verse 34, it said, the wars shall, say, in the wars shall the bridegroom be destroyed, and their husband shall perish of famine in the war. What is that? World War III, the last and final war, right before what? The great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people getting ready to die in this last war, the army of what? Armageddon, you know what I'm saying? The final war, you know what I'm saying? The Lord is getting ready to make it plain. The Lord is getting ready to plead for his children, you know, left and right. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is getting ready to come to deliver us. A lot of people get ready to perish, you know what I'm saying? There shall be many destroyed than saved. So the world to come is for a few. The world right now is for many. So, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people love that broad game. You will be totally destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Verse 35, it said, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Verse 36, behold the word of the Lord, receive it, believe not the gods whom the Lord has spake. Verse 37, say, behold, the plague draw nigh and are not slack. Verse 38, so as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringing forth her son in 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pain compares her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Verse 39 say, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So that's what we're seeing right now. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing the sorrow. We're seeing that these plagues are coming upon us on every side, a great multitude. You You know what I'm saying? It's kindled around us. And one thing about it is the Lord is not on your side. You get ready to be totally destroyed. We are constantly warning you, left and right. We seeing at the stage, it said all things are ready. They got the green light. You know what I'm saying? We seeing that they get ready to perform their enterprise, which in fact, the devil's getting ready to try to fill his belly, his agenda, his plan, his plot. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it, the Lord's getting ready to cut him off forever. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord's getting ready to show up with great glory and great power. Verse 4, it said, "O my people, hear my words, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." And one thing about it is, so we're going to let the Lord direct our step. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will provide for us. The Lord will sustain us in these times of trouble that is fast approaching. We know that Jacob's trouble is at the door. We know that the hour of temptation is fast approaching. We know that this digital society is fast approaching. You know what I'm saying? This is what the MOTB, RFD microchip. We know that that's coming. You know what I'm saying? She'll go into your right hand or your forehead. And one thing about it, we're not even worried about it. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is going to protect us. And one thing about it, we knowing that, you know, we're not going to bend a fold. You know what I'm saying? We knowing that a lot of us will be martyrs. But one thing about it, the Lord said we'll have be thy favor to death. He will give us a crown of life. We know that salvation is at the door. That's why we're constantly sighing and crying. We're almost at the end of this thing. We're constantly rejoicing. We constantly believe. We know that the Lord's getting ready to do a mighty work. So now I'm going to face the east. I like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rekak Wadash, and double on still those great millstone while it is true. And also to those elect that is scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom, keep pushing, keep believing. We almost to the finish line. We almost out of here. You know what I'm saying? The day of trouble is near. But one thing about it, we're going to trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. The Lord is getting ready to do a mighty work. Hey, man, we're here, man. The kingdom of heaven is fast approaching. It is at the door. Shalom, shalom. Brakatham, brakathah, shalom.